Remember at the 2016 Olympics when Michael Phelps came up out of the pool after winning gold medal number 1,000? And he had all these crazy bruises on his back, and we were all like, what in the wet heck is going on there? Then old Mikey Phelpsman was like, oh, it's cupping, duh. And then that led to other celebs jumping on the cup wagon, followed by a whole bunch of normals on Instagram. So why is this such a thing anyway? If you haven't already Googled it, cupping is a kind of alternative medicine that involves special cups and suction. Technically, it's the type of acupressure, the close cousin of acupuncture. The difference is that acupressure only uses pressure on specific points of the body instead of needles. These cups aren't like the suction cups that hold up your loofah in the shower either. Because while this seems like a new craze, cupping actually dates back thousands of years to ancient times in Egyptian, Chinese, and Middle Eastern cultures. And they definitely didn't use plastic back then. These folks originally used what was naturally available to them, like animal horns. But thankfully, they figured out how to manufacture less problematic cups made out of bamboo and clay, which are still used today, along with ones made out of glass and silicone. Now that we got the history out of the way, we gotta tackle some science. The main thing that powers cupping is a temperature change that occurs inside the cup. It works like this. Something flammable like alcohol or paper is placed inside the cup. It's set on fire, and then the cup is turned over quickly and placed onto the body. Before you freak out, remember that fire needs oxygen in order to keep burning. So, once the cup is turned over, the flame is extinguished because there ain't no air flowing in there. No matter how objectively hot you are, your skin is never as hot as literal fire. So your skin ends up bringing down the temperature that's inside the cup. This creates a vacuum where downward pressure builds around the outer rim of the cup and suction builds towards the center, which sucks your skin upward as if it got caught in a dustbuster. This combo of heat, suction, and pressure makes your blood vessels expand like whoa, leaving you with those big old circular bruises. If you're still a little iffy on the flaming stuff though, there are some places that use a rubber pump to create the suction. Once you've scheduled an appointment with a reputable practitioner, you'll be presented with two kinds of cupping, wet and dry. Sadly, it's not like when you make a burrito wet by covering it in delicious chili sauce. Unless, of course, you identify as a human burrito and the sauce is your blood, because that's what makes it wet. It's your blood. The dry option is just regular cupping without any blood involved. But it's not like you're signing up for your own disembowelment or anything. The practitioner makes teeny little cuts on the surface of your skin with a scalpel, and then uses the suction from the cup to draw out a little bit of blood. Why do they do this? Well, cupping traditionalists believe that it releases harmful substances and toxins and promotes healing. But, as you can imagine, that theory has not been scientifically proven. More about that in a second. The cupping specialist will leave dry cups on for about 3 to 5 minutes if you're a newbie, and then you can gradually work up to a couple more minutes later on. Wet cups are on for less time, and they patch you right up with antibiotic ointment and bandages immediately afterward. As far as those prize-winning bruises you'll have, they'll be out of your life in about a week and a half. So make sure you schedule a lot of strapless top wearing to show them off in time. It's important to note that most people use cupping as a complementary form of therapy, meaning that it's used in conjunction with more recognized forms of Western medicine and isn't usually relied upon to fix whatever problem is ailing you. As we've all seen, athletes use cupping as part of their recovery process, but people who aren't winning medals use it to help with issues like anxiety and depression, migraines, fibromyalgia, and even fertility disorders. And some people just treat it like a deep tissue massage. But there's a big asterisk next to all of this. And it's because none of the issues that cupping claims to treat has been proven. None. Zip. Zero. Yes. People have been doing the cupping thing since our oldest human ancestors were complaining of back pain. But when it comes to living in the 21st century, you gotta prove things with, well, proof. Hard, causation-based, scientific proof. Sadly, there still needs to be more studies done that confirm, without a doubt, that cupping is a medically sound form of treatment. Still, Plenty of people invest in alternative medicine, like vitamins and chiropractors, all the dang time. So that shouldn't stop you from exploring cupping if you're curious about it, or if you've already tried it and it's made you feel good. Just make sure you check in with your physician beforehand if you have any skin or health issues that might not agree with the cupping process. Otherwise, lay back and let those bruises wash over you like the water in an Olympic-sized pool. After all, if Big Daddy Phelps is into it, then it can't be all that bad, right? Remember at the 2016 Olympics when Michael Phelps came up out of the pool after winning gold medal number 1,000? And he had all these crazy bruises on his back, and we were all like, what in the wet heck is going on there? Then old Mikey Phelpsman was like, oh, it's cupping, duh. And then that led to other celebs jumping on the cup wagon, followed by a whole bunch of normals on Instagram. So why is this such a thing anyway? If you haven't already Googled it, cupping is a kind of alternative medicine that involves special cups and suction. Technically, it's the type of acupressure, the close cousin of acupuncture. The difference is that acupressure only uses pressure on specific points of the body instead of needles. These cups aren't like the suction cups that hold up your loofah in the shower either. Because while this seems like a new craze, cupping actually dates back thousands of years to ancient times in Egyptian, Chinese, and Middle Eastern cultures. And they definitely didn't use plastic back then. These folks originally used what was naturally available to them, like animal horns. But thankfully, they figured out how to manufacture less problematic cups made out of bamboo and clay, which are still used today, along with ones made out of glass and silicone. Now that we got the